The Way of the Superior Man by David Ida, maybe. A spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. This book was recommended to me. Well, it wasn't actually recommended to me. We were discussing what we were reading, and he told me he was reading this, my friend. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting. I want to see what the spiritual guide to mastering women, mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire are for a man. And that's exactly what this book is. It's funny because basically it took me a while to read this book because I was kind of a bit like, I'm in an R-raid, and there are bits of the book that I was like, really? Really, bro? But that's actually what he says on the front is true. Maybe less, about work. The book definitely has like very specific sections. Like, I really enjoyed reading the beginning of the book, and I like flew through the beginning. And then it took like a sharp left and started discussing women. And obviously, as a woman, I was kind of a bit like, how does this work? And some of the stuff that was written, I was a bit like, no, please, no. I hope no one out there is reading this and taking this for, a way to live life. Because actually parts of it were quite interesting in the sense that he compared life to a woman. He was like, life is woman. Life is feminine energy. Which I thought I can roll with that. But then there were lots of parts of the book where it denied women their autonomy. And I guess when I got to that part, I was just kind of like, bruh, well, this book archetypally thinks that women are a specific thing and men are a specific thing, and a superior man is a specific thing. So I put it down for a bit, and then I picked it up, then I put it down, But I pushed through to the end because I always like finishing books, and I got to the end of the book and I was like, okay, that was quite interesting. So I'm gonna obviously read a couple of bits that I found. Okay, so this was interesting. He goes, and what was funny was he kept talking about masculine energies and feminine energies, and I was always like, but these are interchangeable. What makes a man a man? What makes a woman a woman? What makes someone who doesn't identify as either genders them, right? Anyway, this quote: the masculine error is to think that eventually things will be different in some fundamental way. They won't know. It never ends. As long as life continues, the creative challenge is to tussle, play, and make love with the present moment while giving your unique gift. What I discovered about the book is that actually what David is trying to offer up is the emerging of your true gift to the world, whatever that may be. However, it does imply that being alive means that you have to have a gift to give. Do you know what I mean? So I'm asking my phone if do you know what I mean? Which I found kind of interesting because there are people out there who just is like, they just be. They're not actively trying to give something to the world. They're just existing. Does that make them any less of a human being, any more of a human being? I don't know. So this is what I was talking about before, about him comparing life to women. Life itself is the feminine. There is never a shortage of feminine energy, only a resistance to receiving, trusting, and embracing it. He said, and then he talks about the man's woman. Whatever energy she offers you, you can be sure the world will offer it to you as well. The divine masculine is consciousness. Now, I'm really interested in consciousness and unconsciousness, but how do you actively, especially in the world that we exist in right now, actively on a day-to-day basis, be conscious and make conscious decision and be present with presence and the uniqueness of life, or the uniqueness of the moment? Do you know what I mean? I think it's kind of difficult, especially, I mean, it's not as difficult now, seeing as the world has almost pretty much stopped, but it's difficult when you're doing day-to-day things, or even if you're in the kitchen frying plantain, or you're on the loo kind of thing. But I guess maybe those are the challenges of being conscious and present. Being conscious and present while doing, I guess, average things. That's quite interesting. The sun's moving, so it's moving. There's like this, there you go. So yeah, this book also talks about sex and the depletion of life force when a man ejaculates. I don't know why I did that. That's what they do. Is that ejaculation? And that section was really interesting. It's like the last 3 parts, and that was really interesting. And I kind of enjoyed reading that because I guess in also in the generation that we live in, sex is so easy to come by that it's not a practice anymore. It's not I mean, I hope it is for people that do practice sex in that way of understanding or exploring and experiencing your partner's body. So reading all of those parts in the books, I was really interested when he gives like exercises for men to do while engaging in sexual encounters with their partners to help, I guess, access another level of consciousness, which I found really interesting. Would I recommend this book? To someone who can take bits of a book and use them for their growth and benefit, yes. For someone who just wants to figure out life and wants someone else to tell them how to do it, no. Because you will be on this book will take you on a very frustrating journey because it doesn't answer any questions. The chapters are super short, so he will like offer up an idea and then just move on. And maybe that's my feminine essence that is like, bro, we need to talk about, like, we need to talk about that, my G. You know, we need to discuss that.